So people figured out the Moon Cleric, and by figured out I mean that they went to that one screenshot on the Darrington Press website, squinted real hard and wrote down what they could line by line until they decoded what all the little squigglies meant. Pretty sure they got all of it. There's 2 folks on Reddit I can thank for the majority of the details, and I guess myself for minor corrections and the final touches, and this little paragraph at the end. The book Tal'Dorei Reborn by the folks at Critical Role comes out in less than a week, but before it does, join me in breaking down this cool new subclass. Welcome to the Wintry Wyvern. Let's jump in. Before anything, quick reminder that this subclass is homebrew, as in third-party and not official Wizards of the Coast content. Exandria exists as an official setting thanks to Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, but this book in particular is listed as third-party publishing and not to be assumed playable at all tables, so as always, ask your DM. Regardless, the flavor is nice. The Moon Domain Cleric gains powers from the 2 moons of Exandria, Katha and Ruidus. Katha, the larger of the 2, is said to be favored by the Moonweaver, goddess of love, trickery, and the moonlight, and the curse of lycanthropy is said to follow this moon's cycles. Ruidus, the smaller and more ominous of the 2, is known to represent ill omens and twisted fates. The dichotomy of these 2 moons power the moon clerics of the material plane, whom channel their blessings as they so wish. The domain spell list is fantastic on all counts, an all-star list of area of effect spells, fairy fire and hypnotic pattern in particular, with the thematic moonbeam as a reliable source of early game damage. Both invisibility and its greater cousin lends themselves to shenanigans in and out of battle, the latter notoriously potent for safety in combat. The rest of the spells channel the Moonweaver's penchant for trickery and illusion, with the Dream capping the list as the most appropriate nighttime spell. At first level, you also get Clarity of Katha. You can give your friends advantage from wisdom saving throws as a reaction, a couple of times per rest. I like this one. Guaranteed you become every barbarian's best friend whenever they get hit by those pesky charm and dominate persons. Compared to the recent cleric level 1 features, this one seems pretty innocent and gets a pass in my book. The first channel divinity, Blessing of the Full Moon, channels the full moon's power of lycanthropy. As an action, you fill yourself or an ally with bestial power, granting them one of 2 abilities. Blessing of the Watchful Moon increases one's speed by 10 feet, and gives them advantage on wisdom checks to track other creatures. This one lasts for an hour, making it useful for longer pursuits of a stealthy enemy. Blessing of the Blood-Drenched Moon lasts for only 10 minutes, but during that time the target has advantage on targets within 5 feet of their enemies. Like most channel divinities, this one is really good. The Blood-Drenched Moon turns your weapon-swinging or spell-slinging ally into an accurate striker, without the usual downsides we'd see in features like Reckless Attack. We've seen this before in the Wolf Totem Barbarian, granting nearby allies advantage in a pack tactics-like team-up. We can definitely see martial characters picking up 2 levels of this cleric for their own personal advantage, as well as all other early level benefits being a cleric provides. Very useful. At 6th level, the Moon Cleric gets another channel divinity, called Mind of 2 Moons. Yes, you're reading it correctly, this lets you concentrate on 2 spells at once. By the wording, you could even cast the same spell twice, kind of like a slower twin spell for concentration. The catch is both spells have to be from your domain spell list, which, for the record, isn't a bad list at all. You also make all concentration checks with disadvantage, and miss out on using the Blood-Drenched Moon channel divinity feature instead. What most would consider a game-breaking ability is smartly tied down and restricted to very specific spells, eliminating most of the multi-class shenanigans possible otherwise. People might write this off as broken, but I don't really think so. The spells aren't aggressively synergistic, with the best combo likely being something like Double Hypnotic Pattern. I'd recommend giving it a try before making any judgment calls. Empowered cantrips at 8th level is nothing new. Shared with Arcana, Grave, Knowledge, and Peace Clerics, you can add your Wisdom mod to your cantrip damage. It's good. Just good. And all the way at 17th level, you unlock Eclipse of Ill Omen. Summoning the ruinous moonlight of Ruidus above yourself, no matter what plane you're on, you gain a 60-foot aura that makes all creatures of your choice in the area make all saving throws with disadvantage. Additionally, once per turn, when you deal radiant damage to an enemy in the moon's dim light, you can curse them to half their movement speed and negate any healing they receive until the eclipse ends. The only catch is it uses concentration, which means you can't be using any of the cleric's powerful concentration spells at the same time, unless it's a spell from your Moon Domain spell list. This is a fantastic visual and a great feature as a capstone. At this level, you're fighting CR 20+ threats with crazy high saving throws, so to make all saving throws within this huge range at disadvantage is a massive benefit. Additionally, being able to tag enemies and cut their healing entirely is huge for regenerating threats, and those with healing allies. The speed halving allows you to keep certain threats from leaving your range easily, unless they come equipped with a teleportation feature. Unfortunately, landing radiant damage might be difficult. Sacred Flame and Guiding Bolt are likely your best bets for non-concentration spells that deal radiant damage, and neither of those are guaranteed to land on a powerful enemy. Luckily, enemies in your area have disadvantage on all saving throws against Sacred Flame, and your Blood-Drenched Moon Channel Divinity or Greater Invis Domain spell might give you the advantage that you need to land that Guiding Bolt. Although you'll be blocked off from using this with your higher level concentration spells, I'd say this is one of the most powerful auras you could ask for, and is worth keeping up in any important fight. Overall, love the aesthetic and the power level of the subclass. It pushes the boundaries of what is considered strong without being overwhelmingly so, and allows a thematic alternative to those not totally satisfied with the Twilight or the Trickery Cleric. Again, this is third-party material, so ask your DM for permission before using it in your campaign. The Tal'Dorei Reborn guide drops very soon, so look forward to more content on that. May your moons always be magical, your eclipses always ill-omened, and above all, stay frosty.